You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Do you guys stop talking about gapers just for like 5 minutes?
Oh, are you talking about somebody spamming us in chat with dicks?
So basically, it's a story
off-brand.
about Werewolf-man taking care of his, quote, daughter and, quote, father.
One hand on top of my head, the other hand on the controller. We'll stream it and get ourselves some world records. Welcome to Born in the 80s episode 257. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Haig.
And TJ May.
That's right. We're here. We have... I think before we started this, everyone said that we have absolutely nothing to talk about.
No, I think we said we have shitloads to talk about.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see where the wind takes. The wind blows. I got a little pocket something to talk about, so we got that.
Okay, well, I have Trump's tax returns, so we'll get to that in 40 minutes.
30 minutes from now, we'll talk about it. Let's not talk about it now. Let's just kind of...
You need more context first, though.
Beat around the bush for a bit.
The context tonight is that I got some of these Peeps Oreos, and I'm going to try and eat the whole pack, and then I'll report back later on what color it turned my poop.
Nice.
So
cool.
So I haven't had any of these yet, so I'm going to dive into the first one.
Yeah, why don't you go right away?
I fully expect it to be... I prepared...
Heated?
them all so that I wouldn't be crinkling the package. All? They're all on a plate,
you took them
so
out.
I wouldn't be crinkling the package. Yeah.
No milk?
I could crinkle some stuff if we need to crinkle things.
Yeah, let me get...
I'll crinkle my glasses.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What is a Peeps flavor? Just marshmallow?
Yeah, it's like, instead of the normal frosting, it's like pink marshmallow goo inside.
Okay. Oh, it's goo. It's marshmallow.
Yeah.
It's not even frosting.
Texture.
So it's like Peep on the inside. I thought it would just be like Peeps flavored
It's like halfway between,
cream.
though. It's definitely got that weird marshmallow texture.
Yeah, that doesn't sound as good. Do you know, I was at the Target, and I bought a pack of regular Oreos, and it's been a long time since I had them, and those were really good. Not double stuffed, which I think is probably the best Oreo, just double stuffed. You know, if you're talking about like just your regular Oreo types. So they got the thins, the double stuffed.
Well, yeah, if you're talking about your regulars.
Double stuff definitely has the best balance between cream and cookie.
The peanut butter
we had
Oreos
regulars.
Are delicious.
Yeah, the peanut butter ones are incredible.
And the cinnamon
I really
ones.
like golden.
I like the red velvet.
Golden's good. Oh, the cinnamon bun ones are too good.
They are so good.
Oreo, okay. Born in the 80s. Right now, I got it. Definitive Oreo ranking. What's the number one Oreo? Can we agree? Oreo flavors. I'm gonna look up a list.
I don't know, man.
Let's rank them. I don't want strange Oreo flavors. I want... Oh, here we go.
No, is there an official Oreo flavor that is the two-sided? The one chocolate, the one vanilla cookie? Because I know that's in all the generics. They have that as a sandwich cookie.
I don't know. Let me look at Oreo's website. Products. Here we go. People Magazine tested a bunch, and hey, would you want to guess what People Magazine's website for Oreos has?
An advertisement for Chips Ahoy.
Nope, it is a fucking slideshow with 17 slides that I'm not going to go through, so we'll go somewhere else.
Gotta get those clicks.
I know, what, really? Okay. Oreo, I searched Oreo products, and now the website www.snackworks.com is now loading, and it kind of think froze. So I'm going to have to we're going to have to Google this again. Oreo flavors. Give me a list.
I've been through my first 3, and I only have 18 more to go.
I don't want worse. I don't want the weirdest Oreos.
I don't know.
I want all the normal
I'll tell you the
flavors.
ones I like. The cinnamon, peanut butter, and red velvet. But I don't know what order I'd put those in.
Did you? Okay. I'm going to go through some Oreos here. We'll just go through a list of this. Time Out Chicago did a ranking of all the Oreo flavors last summer. Their number one was just the regular double stuff. I mean, I get it. It's a classic. It goes with everything. Apparently, they make a thin version of the mint Oreos.
Oh yeah,
and they're like
thin Oreos are an abomination.
Yeah, but that's number 2 for them because I guess they think that it's like a thin mint, basically. You know.
I guess.
I did not know they made mini Oreo Reese's flavor, which now that sounds good. Incredible. Where do you guys stand on mini Oreos?
They're like cereal, like really unhealthy cereal, but they're not like cookies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It is kind of like really unhealthy. You could pour those into milk and just make that your breakfast. That's like the little chocolate donuts commercial. The regular mint Oreo is really good. Like, you can't go wrong with the mint Oreo. S'more Oreos. Have you had s'more Oreos before?
No.
That sounds pretty good.
I don't think I'd like that.
Of course, it's springtime, so it's the season of the lemon or of the spring Oreos, which are just regular Oreos, but the cream is like pastel colored. There's no difference. I always find those interesting. All right, I really like the lemon golden Oreo. A lemon Oreo.
Oh, they do that in Oreo too, because it's basically the old lemon pastry creams from the Girl Scouts.
Yeah. Oh, they're good. It's just like
I miss those.
It's like yeah. This is just like tea time. This is the British tea time Oreo cake. You're having your lemon cake. Golden Oreo's good.
My Oreos and my Earl Grey.
Peanut butter Oreos, of course, are great. Chocolate cream golden Oreo. Wow, that's the reverse.
It's entirely wrong.
Yeah, here you go, TJ. Heads or tails double stuff Oreo. So
there it is.
That's the 2 flavors. Okay, mega stuff, too much. That's too much filling, I think. What about the chocolate Oreo with the chocolate cream?
That could be good.
A chocolate chip Oreo? Come on. It's like a chocolate chip cookie with creams. Yeah, no thanks.
I still would.
Triple double Oreo? Huh? That is an Oreo cookie, vanilla cream, Oreo cookie, chocolate cream, Oreo cookie. It's a 3-stack.
Sounds nummy.
Have you had the birthday cake Oreos?
I've not, but if it's anything like the, no wait, I have. It's kind of like the Christmas McDonald's pies.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah. They kind of have a little bit of like a custardy flavor, like a birthday cake. Like birthday cake ice cream flavor. Wow. This Time Out Chicago, the cinnamon bun Oreo is 30th on their list. Like, come on. That is up there for me. That's like top 5. Caramel apple Oreo in the fall? Okay, that's weird. Pumpkin spice Oreo, of course. Pumpkin spice everything. And a key lime pie Oreo. I'm going to say my favorite Oreo, peanut butter. Matt?
Yes.
Peanut butter.
I was reading peanut butter.
Were you reading peanut butter?
I was really drawn into this JonTron thing, but we'll talk about that.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. TJ, what is it?
Well, I'm a classicist when it comes to Oreos. I've not had a lot of the weird flavors, but
okay,
I'd probably have to do the lemon because it's just my favorite sandwich cookie.
Oh, all right.
I love lemon.
What's
lemon
everyone's
cream.
number 2? We got to get the number 1 for our podcast, the sponsored Oreo.
Red Velvet.
Oof, we're not going to have a consensus here, boys. Number 2.
Classic double stuffed.
Number 2 for me might be the golden Oreo. Okay, we're not going to do this. It's not going to happen.
Number 3's heads or tails.
Yeah, TJ, you're ruining this. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I know I am, but I like the good ones.
You know, you can't go.
And you guys
against,
don't.
You can't. You can't go against your heart when it comes to Oreo choice.
No.
So I understand.
It's like your favorite Ninja Turtle. You know, everyone's got their different ones.
Yeah. Oh, TJ, I wanted to talk to you about this. So you're a LinkedIn guy. You're all about Nintendo stuff, right? You know stuff.
Somewhat. I know some stuff. Yeah. What's up?
Have you joined the My Nintendo Rewards program?
A while back. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing ever for prizes ever. It's all pointless crap.
The most you could do it. Most you can use the coins for is actually for extra stuff in Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
You can use those coins for that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I might try that out.
Yeah.
But like, they're like, oh, you could use 50 coins to get a fucking wallpaper.
No,
like,
I think the best thing
for your phone. Like
the best thing they had. One of the best things they had was the 3DS digital download of Legend of Zelda Picross, which I still didn't do yet.
I didn't get that. There was another one that was like that though, and I forget what it was. It was another really cool game. That I was actually like, oh, this is like a full game, or it was like a virtual console game that I thought was pretty neat. Maybe like Mario 3 or something. I was like, all right, that's a decent like thing, you know.
Mario 3 is great,
but like back in like 2015, the last year they had it, like you could get like greeting cards. You could get a 3DS game card case. You could get these awesome like Smash Brothers posters. You know, like you could get pouches, like a wallet, a T-shirt. A Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask messenger bag. Like, there were, like, real cool, like, things. And now it's just kind of like a bunch of fucking crap. And it just sucks, because, like, I had a lot of points in that, and I think I got a free, like, 3DS game download. I think I got, like, New Super Mario Brothers for free or something. But still, like, come on. Nintendo, get it together. Matt, okay, we should probably talk about JonTron, right?
Yeah, let's
Are you
jump
ready?
into that. I'm ready.
Okay. So the JonTron Show is a YouTube channel. Jonathan Tronathan, as he's known, or John Jafari is his real name. He has created a channel, and he was the founder of the Normal Boots, like video network kind of website thing, which has like Peanut Butter Gamer, the Did You Know Gaming series, which are actually pretty cool videos because they're like, you know, did you know all this stuff about Zelda, and it's interesting.
Continues on there as well. There's some other good ones on there as well.
Continue. Yep, continue question mark. I think is the name of the show, right?
Continue.
Yeah. So he's got a very popular channel. I'm on Social Blade right now. He has 92 videos uploaded, 3 million subscribers, 400 million views across 92 videos. So he is doing it quite well. Yeah, I like that Social Blade right now has an ad for YouTube business and tax services. Like, what do I do with my money? I'm a kid.
What do I do with what money?
Well, some people, you know, if you're lucky and you get put on some sort of viral thing, you could end up with a lot of money.
And then you too can have crazy political rants for no good reason.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this because it was kind of bothering me all week. And I'm a huge fan of JonTron going far back. Okay, so he had his own channel. You know, he did like some cool top 10s of like stuff. And he's always had a really interesting... He's a really good video editor, at least when he was editing his own videos. Like, he just kind of had a real fun, zany style and interesting. And he's got a good voice for voiceover stuff. So, you know, they're all real fun. You know, snappy, interesting, you know. And then he made some more weird videos. Like, I'd highly recommend people watch, like, some of his older videos. Like, there's a Birdemic review he did that just makes me laugh every time I watch it because it's just good. But I think this year he's had a couple outbursts, you know? Like, when Gamergate happened a couple years ago, he had a couple things to say about it that were kind of like... I was just like, all right, you probably should stop talking. And I think he did censor himself with that. He just kind of stopped. he was like, all right, I'm going to work on videos. Like, fuck, I don't want to talk about this anymore. So this last Sunday, this will be last week, Pro Jared is also on Normal Boots.
Yep.
He is 26, a 26-year-old boy, I'll say. And Steve King, Iowa, had a tweet saying, we can't restore our civilization with somebody else's babies. Which is basically saying, like, we don't need immigrants having kids here because they'll ruin America, basically.
Yeah.
Their kids aren't America.
Because they're not white.
Yes. Basically, yeah. I mean, it's okay that, all of his...
I mean, that's a subtext because he's kind of a shithead who said stuff like that in the past.
Oh, yeah. For sure. So, yeah. It's horrible. I think my best response was that I saw someone was, we don't need to restore our civilization. We need to restore our civility. That's the real
Nice.
issue that's happening right now. So John DeFari was like, oh, man, you know what, Steve King, representative from Iowa, I got to defend you for some reason.
Yes. This is the hill I choose to die on.
And this isn't a response to anything.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know what he was actually using that as his platform for this. I just kind of was hearing it out of context. I just heard about the Steve King thing this morning when I was listening to the Trends Like These podcast.
Yes.
But yeah.
So he said, wow, how scandalous. Steve King doesn't want his country invaded by people who have contempt for his culture and people. Nazi! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. That's a 5:21 p.m. tweet, so that's not an early morning Trump tweet.
Yeah, it's not a 3 a.m.
during his day.
tweet.
A little pre-dinner tweeting maybe going on there. So he, kind of went off on that a little bit and argued with a bunch of people in that tweet. Let me just. I can't. I'm gonna have to find his tweets because I no longer follow him on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I don't get the mentality of, like, I need to tweet this. Like, you're not going to convince anyone. Only bad things can come from this. Like, I just don't get it. And then when you start to get a negative response and you double down, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Just chill out.
Yeah, so it's just kind of, I don't know, really, like, kind of out of nowhere, he kind of went on this, because I'm looking at his, like, just, like, tweets, like, here is pretty normal, fun stuff, jokes, and then, yeah, just on Sunday, he just makes this tweet, and it just kind of blew up. Let's see, here's a retweet here of a real good false equivalency. Some guy, Chris Maldonado, said, imagine white people go to Asia and say, there's too many Asians here. Let's do something about that. Yeah. I don't know what that means because it's not like immigrants are coming here saying, let's get rid of all white people because that's not what's happening. I don't know if you think that's what's happening, but it's not what's happening. It's more like they want to, share a piece of the pie here. And then to end his rant, it seems like he tweeted, this whole stupid system relies on rational people being shamed into shutting up. Glad to see that slowly falling apart. And if you replace rational people with wailing white supremacists, then I'm glad society is working the way it is. Because it's like literally the things that he's saying are textbook white supremacy, KKK things. I mean, the tweet that Steve King had, David Duke replied to, who is the leader of the KKK, with "thank you!" exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So you're doing well when you're siding with David Duke, who is a white supremacist. And rather than just kind of having these tweets go and being like, all right, I'm done now, like, that's cool. He did a stream with another Twitch streamer, Stephen Bonnell, called Destiny. And he is a much more liberal guy, and I think he just wanted to bring JonTron on to talk, let's have a debate. And he has a video on YouTube called Debating JonTron, It's 2 hours, and I don't want to watch it because I liked JonTron so much. I don't want to see this, and I just need to know that it's over. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that scene. Have you guys seen the movie Boogie Nights?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man,
Maybe.
you should watch
I don't
Boogie
know.
Nights.
3 minutes of it.
Okay. So there's a scene in that where like the porn producers are like, what's his name? Burt Reynolds is one of them, and there's this other old guy. Earlier in the movie, this old guy's dating like this chick who looks like she's barely 18, and she like overdoses on coke and dies and stuff. But anyway, it's the 70s, He's in jail for something, and then there's a scene where like Burt Reynolds is there, like talking to him in jail, and he's like, "Man, I'm with you, man. You're my friend. We go way back. Like, none of the stuff that you said is real, right? Like, this is all they're making this up." And he had been brought in for child pornography, and he looks at Burt Reynolds and is like, I just can't help myself. And Burt Reynolds like has this blank look ahead, puts the phone on the hook and walks away. It's such a great scene in that movie because it's just like that moment of just like, it's like the relationship over, like done. I can't go there. That's JonTron right now for me. Like, it's over. Like, I can't follow you anymore. Like, I can't let that slide. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. And not to say that JonTron is into kiddie porn, but it's the same level of horribleness in my mind. When you're talking about basically like, this is some pre-Nazi genocide talk right here. So we're real bad. So he debated him for 2 hours on Twitch. And he went through, he held his beliefs. He, of course, brought up the far right-wing talking point about the Mexican population retaking America by mass immigrating here and taking over our culture.
Yeah, because there's always a secret plan. Like, especially the more people
the
you
entire
get
country's
involved
got a
in
secret
something,
plan. Yeah.
the more people you get involved in something, the more likely it is that there's a secret plan and
Well, we all know
a
9/11
small
was
group
an inside
controlling
job.
all.
Yes. Clearly. He also made the claim that even wealthy black people in the United States commit more crimes than poor white people.
There's like data that's not true. There's like
it's
actual
literally
numbers.
literally the opposite of what the data says. And because facts don't matter, to people that have these views. Because if they did matter, they wouldn't have them. And so it's just, he's got 3.1 million viewers, and it's just crazy. I mean, he's like literally talking about how people cannot immigrate here because they're incompatible with the American ideals. John Jafari, son of an Iranian immigrant, one of the banned countries, is, and not that you have to be, you can't be foreign and have opinions in the U.S., but it just seems interesting as someone who has benefited greatly from immigration would have such a poor view of it. Like, would you tell like JonTron, like, if this is something you're into, the next JonTron won't be able to make videos on YouTube.
Well,
like it's
people like this don't care. They're like, I got mine. So, like, even people who, like us, who have like German and Irish immigrants way back, like we all come from immigrants. People just they draw some arbitrary line where that stopped mattering, and his is just more recent than people's usually are.
Yeah, so it's just really interesting because it's just kind of like came out of nowhere, Like, there was not really any hint of this in his videos, and it was just kind of like, oh, you're a terrible person. I did not realize this until now, so it's out. But it's kind of interesting to think about. This seems to be like kind of a big thing with YouTubers as of late, Like, it's kind of a thing, and I kind of worry watching some of my favorite channels that, like, is it going to go this way? Like, and I watch
I don't
H3,
think Captain
H3.
Disillusion is going to be super racist or anything.
I
think we're safe with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I watch, like, H3 and iDubbbz, and they both kind of push a line there. But they haven't really gotten too political with it. So I don't really know. It is kind of like worrying, some of the topics they do talk about, but
the whole thing is tough in general. I mean, there's the ongoing debate amongst normal people, I'm putting in quotes, on whether, celebrities or people with a platform should be able to have their own opinions, or whether or not they should, whether they should be able to say their opinions. And I'm kind of the mindset that everyone can say their own opinions. They're just responsible for their own fallout.
Yeah.
That's, and so say whatever you want, whatever kind of comes out of that is on you. So if this turns out bad for JonTron,
live up to it,
for him.
Yeah.
But it's I'm not going to deny that he can choose to have his own opinion just because he has a position of of having an audience.
I think that's really interesting that this happens with a lot of these YouTube personalities, because they really are. And this is kind of one of those things that people say, oh, those people in Hollywood, they don't know, they live in a fucking bubble, so they don't, their opinions are bad, and I feel like that's kind of the situation with these YouTube streamers, is that they're people that are very popular, have a very devoted following, and when they say stuff, they probably get lots and lots of positive feedback, and no one's there to say, maybe don't. Maybe not say this. I understand if you think that's an important thing. I mean, even fucking Palmer Luckey at least had the decency to attempt to hide his pro-Trump bullshit shit posting that he did. He at least attempted poorly to hide it. He didn't publicly go out and say, as himself that he was for that. It just was clear that it was him. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's hard to see how somebody could think this way. It's hard to see how somebody could draw these conclusions. Just so it's hard to I'm in favor of J.K. Rowling talking about politics and stuff. So
is that just because she agrees with you, though, Matt?
That's the thing. I'm trying to just figure out if I'm a big hypocrite or not. I think it's just hard to try and
that's why I say let everyone put a spotlight on their own behaviors. If they get fallout from it, it's just on them. I don't care. But another direction to look at this is and I hate the term internet celebrity or YouTube celebrity. People who have that sort of audience, they're celebrities, and that's all it is. But this realm of celebrity, a lot of these people, since it's a relatively new medium, a lot of these people don't have agents, don't have PR people, don't have people to at least be able to cull what kind of stuff or what kind of personality they're putting out to affect their brand.
But maybe that's
a lot
better.
Of people doing it on their own. So
maybe it's better that we see warts and all, so we can make a judgment on who they are as a person by what they say and do.
And I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that it prevents that whole putting the celebrity on a pedestal. I mean, you could be a fan, criticisms of something.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fine. I mean, if the point that they're what they believe in or what they choose to outwardly say is so horrendous to how you live your life, I can imagine people falling out of favor, as John's already talking about here. But I'd rather it's not the photoshopped glossy person on the magazine covers. It's not the beautiful framed shots put into a movie.
Yeah, they don't have a team spinning all this stuff for them, or people telling them not to do it.
We're talking YouTube. We're talking interviews. We're talking live tweets. We're talking an era of social media where we're able to see all sides of all people. Not maybe right away, because I mean, you don't see all sides of me just from this podcast or just from my Twitter or just from me on the street or you
we
can
see
make
no
those
sides,
comparisons
because
you see no sides of me because I'm invisible right now.
That's right.
but it's
and that's indicative of where we're going, and so the question is always, is like hate speech and hate crimes and stuff getting worse, or are we just more aware of it because we're connected
if
more?
we're just able to
Is
see
it-
it more.
And if it is that the second one, does that mean that it's kind of like it's a sunlight is the best disinfectant sort of thing, where like this awareness will now make it go away eventually? Hopefully.
And that's, I was listening about that a couple weeks ago too on another podcast, but the idea of, whether it's good to spotlight the people that you think are horrendous, and to basically say, hey, this is not a good opinion, I want to show that this is the thing so you guys can see this and move away from it, or whether it's better to ignore. It's whether you spotlight it or just let it go away. It's those are two completely different philosophies of trying to take care of your opposition. I mean, not necessarily in a bad way, but to philosophically debate with someone, whether it's shine a light on their imperfections and hopefully other people will see that, or whether it's to we don't want to
in a
bring this
perfect
person on for
world,
interviews.
like everyone would make rational decisions and they would see, oh, this person is saying wrong things, therefore I disagree. But
yeah,
I don't know, it just doesn't work like that sometimes. Like if it worked like that, we wouldn't have the president that we have. So
now I'm gonna say this name wrong, but that Milo Yiannopoulos or whatever his name was, that's
Milo,
absolutely a prime
Mulo.
Yeah, whatever. We'll call him Moo for right now. But
Yep,
Moo kept getting interview after interview after interview, and I don't know how much of it was showing people that he's an absolute horrid human being, or how much of that
how much of it's like lending legitimacy to the crap he's saying,
and letting people who kind of have these internal feelings have that. I feel that way, and he's getting the spotlight.
That validation.
I can now outwardly go with that. They get that connection, the validation, and then they're, more blatant.
Yeah.
So it's complicated, as is most things.
Yeah.
And
Facebook status too, it's complicated.
Yeah, this is very complicated, and it's going to stay being complicated. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking political beliefs or beyond that, but it's. Man, we had nothing to talk about, but this was
a big topic.
See, I knew something would come up.
Well, I kind of knew I wanted to talk about this, so it's been a super busy week. But this kind of stuff really bothers me because it's like, and I really do hate people that do say stuff. And this kind of happened with PewDiePie, like, oh, he's got all these kids that watch him, he shouldn't say that. And I'm like, no, you should say whatever the fuck he wants. Do whatever he wants.
The kids' parents can police what they see.
If you lose subscribers because of it, I think somebody had a really good article actually on Polygon.com, like my favorite website nowadays. Just like the way it looks, they have a real good look. I like reading it. He actually
kind of GameSpot back in the day.
Yeah, like he had. Oh god damn it! It was at the top a second ago. That's another issue. Is that their feed is very much like. Very much like algorithm based, so stuff kind of pops up and down throughout the day. It doesn't. I think you can find a feed that's just like everything in order, but like the main page is kind of, damn it. There was a good op-ed about JonTron. I wanted to get the writer because I thought it was really good because he was talking about. Here we go. Ben Kuchera said this about his kids and stuff. Gaming's racist and sexist personalities aren't a new threat to children. And he's like, I don't think these guys are. PewDiePie's an anti-Semite as much as he's just a rich white guy who doesn't understand that people get offended by that, and he doesn't even tell him no, and how shock humor is lazy, he's saying JonTron. Oh, and I forgot about Colin Moriarty from whatchamacallit. What is he from? Kinda Funny co-founder Colin Moriarty quit the team because he had something else to say. We'll get to that in a minute. Why not? Well, I'll say it now. We're on it. So there was the his Twitter profile pictures "Don't tread on me," and he's at no taxation. So no he kind of already knew he was. People kind of already knew he was this way anyway. But it was kind of out he didn't really do much on his the Day Without Women last week on the 8th of March. He tweeted, peace and quiet, hashtag a day without women. Which is like,
all right.
I think he's thinking to himself, that's a pretty funny joke. Like, haha.
I guess.
You know, that.
Like,
and it's
maybe
not, honestly,
if you're in a bar and nobody's listening to you, like, it's just you being douchey with douchey friends.
Yeah.
It's not as bad.
Like,
but
I think that's like,
broadcasting it.
yeah, exactly. I think it's not like on its face value like a super offensive thing. It sounds like a really bad joke from like a 1950s sitcom, you know? Like that'd be something that like you know, Archie Bunker would say to Edith, you know, who was a character who was written to be a misogynist as a joke. So,
Yeah.
you know, kind of this is the kind of thing he would say. It would just be like, "Oh, a day without women in the workplace. Finally we'll get some work done." Ha 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 ha. Easy laugh, dumb joke. But you have to think about I think in the climate that we're in now, like this shit is he knew the reaction that this was going to get when he did that. You know what I mean? You know, and you had other he had colleagues from the show that he's on, and he was responded Justin Davis, who's also part of the Kind of Funny, who's the former IGN editors channel. He says, "Is this really the person you want to be?" Which I guess is just pretty cold, but true. And then another founder said, "These are absolutely not the fans that I want to have." And another person pointed out, the irony of this tweet is not only that you do not work with any women, you work with some of the loudest men on earth. Some of the other coworkers. So he decided to quit due to ideological differences with the rest of the people. So
Meaning he was a shithead, and they didn't like shitheads.
Yeah, basically, he said that we'd be kind of moving in two directions. You know, the other group people are a little bit less political than he is, and he's too much. So he kind of left. And he did an interview with Glenn Beck recently. So, great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, so that's kind of been happening now. These people are kind of... And then the problem with this is I feel like it kind of further pushes society into like a big left versus right fight, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like people don't like to pick sides. And I think honestly there are shitty people on both sides of the equation, you know?
Yeah.
You
well,
know,
and you're never going to have a conversation on social media that convinces anyone to come over to your point of view. It's just, you're just broadcasting. You're not actually dialoguing. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah. And I think it's kind of interesting too, because like people will tweet. I mean, and I've had a couple people I follow on Twitter that are like games writer people as well that I kind of like, oh, I guess I can't follow you anymore because I don't like reading this horrible shit. You know, like for this one person, it came down to like, okay, obviously I didn't want to echo chamber myself, you know, so I'm like, he's obviously this right wing kind of thinking guy who says like, I'm not right wing, I just have an open mind, you know, and he's always posting all this stuff. And then it came to like the inauguration crowds for the president, you know. And people were like, oh, wow, look how small that is. And he had, like, tweeted some fake image that was circulating on the right-wing kind of social media about, like, no, this is actually what it's like. And it was a fake image. And I was like, okay, so you're not actually thinking clearly. You just are saying that you're doing
he just
that.
has an open mind. He doesn't.
You're just
not
repeating
facts.
the same rhetoric. I mean, I don't like the people on the left that do that kind of stuff. That just are like, no critical thinking. I'm just going to, see this Upworthy post.
Well,
and
on the
throw
left,
it up
you get
and be
it with, like,
wow,
anti-vaxxers
makes you
and
think,
stuff.
you know? Yeah, it's all bad. Like, you should have your own opinions for yourself, which is, really important. And,
and you should always be willing to adapt those opinions and change them.
And let's see here. The guy, he talks about like how he doesn't think he's basically saying this doesn't change anything. Like this isn't like he was concerned his kids were watching PewDiePie, and his son said he'd never seen it, and he asked, why would you bring that up? And he said because he doesn't understand why jokes about genocide aren't funny. He explained to his son, who apparently goes to Germany. He must live in Germany. So
Yeah.
he was just like, okay, so you're not, talk to your kids about stuff like this, because it's not going to go away. But he's saying this doesn't change anything, because in the climate that we're in, this is just the way the world is now. You know what I mean? So you need to be vigilant with that stuff. And you're going to have people like this who basically are just so isolated from the real world. I mean, these are like, not one percenters, obviously, because they don't have that kind of money, but these are people that are insulated from daily like things he doesn't have to deal with. Like if you were to say something like the stuff John Tron said
to leave his
in an
house
office
ever.
that he worked in, in like a meeting, people would get booed. He would get fired. He would get booed. But he doesn't have to answer to anyone besides himself and probably a team of video production crew that are probably like, yeah, well, I'm getting paid, so I'm not going to say anything, and maybe those people will leave if they feel like they should, but, it's just kind of like, this is kind of the way the world is nowadays, so,
well,
it's
shitheads. Kind of the way it's always been, too, but it's
true.
all out there now.
Yeah, just YouTube and Twitter like make it that so instant now, the ability to reach everyone in the world instantly is kind of a thing that I think.
I guess it's just kind of depressing how many secret racists were out there, like that now everybody's coming out of the woodwork, and it's like, really, you? Even you? Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I think an interesting analysis of this has also been that people, some political analysts are thinking this is kind of the last dying grasp of this sentiment, because
I think so.
I mean, that Dutch election happened where that far right politician was soundly defeated, like in the contest, and a lot of people thought that like this is a Trump backlash, like the world's like, okay, no, this is bad.
Okay,
like people,
okay, you had your Brexit. No, we thought you were going to stop there, but now you do this Trump thing. Oh,
yeah. Well, I think people just kind of saw, they were like, oh, this is actually kind of nasty, and I don't like this. Like, maybe they thought it would work out, but obviously it didn't. So there's kind of a backlash now.
I don't really get this whole nationalism movement. It's like people are so afraid of globalism, but you can't do anything about it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, as the world gets more and more interconnected.
We're more connected, so that's just the way shit's going to go. So you can either, like, wring your hands and be afraid, or you can try to adapt to the way that the world is going to be and try to put yourself in the best position for that world. Or you can just stick your head in the sand.
Sorry, I had a BuzzFeed article come up, and it said, what's the best bakery in every state according to Yelp? To light things up. What do you think? What do you think the best Wisconsin bakery is?
O&H.
Nope, TJ. Matt, come on.
I don't know any bakeries.
Greenbush
I know Wild
Bakery,
Greens,
Madison, Wisconsin. Dude, Greenbush has the best fucking donuts, man.
There's some good restaurants in Milwaukee, though.
Well, that's what they. This is according to Yelp reviews, which is the highest rated. So, Greenbush
O&H is the last bakery that in the U.S. that hand makes Kringle.
Oh, Kringle!
It doesn't do it by machine.
Yeah. I've heard of that place. I had Kringles from there. Long time ago.
Do you know what my favorite donut is? The peanut Pershing.
Anti-globalist right-wing donut. Oh.
Yeah.
I
think I talked about this on a podcast at one point. The Pershing donut.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically a cinnamon roll, but made with donut batter, and it's covered with like icing, and the peanut one has like crumbled up peanuts on top of it.
Oh,
so it's kind of like a donutty cinnamon roll with little peanut crinkles on it. I love it. I just love the peanut crinkles. Hashtag peanut butter Oreos #1. I love my peanut flavor and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. Go.
Classic Long John. Just a long one. So we're talking regular donut dough. We're not talking cake donut. My wife loves cake donuts. I do too, but
cake donut is
classic donut.
Monsters.
Chocolate on top, custard filling.
Oh, yuck.
I used to love custard filling.
I like custard filling all right.
Anymore.
I prefer the whipped cream filling. though.
I like them
Oh,
both,
no.
but custard's my. I mean, if you look at custard and think of mustard, it doesn't taste good, but custard's just so good.
Custard, it freaks me out a little bit now, though, because I think of custard's just sitting at room temperature for an unknown amount of time.
Yeah, it's better to eat earlier.
Yeah, whatever. So I like that one. Matt, you have a favorite donut?
I think I'll just have to go with like a classic Long John too.
Okay. Yeah, just a non-filled.
Yeah, with frosting, none of that glaze shit.
Yeah.
Another one I like is cake donut, but it's a blueberry cake
Okay, yeah.
glazed.
Okay.
Greenbush makes those amazingly. They have blueberry donuts. They're You know what's a great donut? Apple cider donuts.
That sounds
Oh
good.
yeah,
That
those
sounds
are
really
good.
They're cake donuts, but they're made with I think they're made with apple cider instead of water as like the liquids, so they get they're very appley all the way through, and they're so
good.
moist. Yeah, I like a good cake donut. You know what I mean? Just a regular ass powdered cake donut every once and again. You know, turns out donuts are good, y'all.
Yep, they definitely are.
Yeah. So, did you guys have any final words on the old JonTron being horrible stuff? I think people need to call these people out. I think don't let them get away with this shit.
People need to call people out, and we need more love on the internet.
Yes, more love, no hate. Love trumps hate.
Yep.
Just don't be dicks to each other.
Yeah.
Humans.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like people should email Maker Studios telling them to drop JonTron.
John, I just took a look at your at the link you put under your name in there.
What are you talking about, huh?
I didn't pay attention to it until just now.
Uh-huh. All right. I need to. I'm gonna go to. I got the Maker Studios page up here. I'll send an email after this.
All right.
Because it'll make me feel better that I've at least made some sort of. There. Maybe I should email JonTron and see if he responds. I'll do both.
You should say my name is also John.
Yeah, but I'm not a racist.
So a little bit in my meme corner this week.
Yes.
Just to get a little weirdness after this,
TJ's
after our heavy hitter.
Yeah, TJ's meme corner.
So two things I noticed this week. Both related to Rock Band 4.
Okay.
One is actually legitimate from Harmonix. The other one is just a video I just saw. I believe it was just yesterday on Rock Band 4. You are now able to download and purchase Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone to play Rock Band.
Wow. Nice.
And to add to that, Sterling Archer as a playable vocalist.
Really?
For the Archer animated series, yeah.
For that song in particular?
For that song in particular, because that was a long-running reference to another character, Lana, who he constantly goes Danger Zone with. Yeah. I don't know the context because I haven't watched a lot of Archer. Just a lot of little clips. I did take a look at the 3D model of Archer's, because Archer is a 2D. He's 2D hand drawn.
Yes, correct.
His 3D model's not amazing, but it's Rock Band. Whatever, it works. And then from another perspective, someone did a animated / live action video of Jigglypuff plays Rock Band, and I thought it'd be a single Jigglypuff, but no, it should have been Jigglypuff play Rock Band, because Jigglypuff is also plural, just like Jedi.
Yeah.
And it was basically, I think, a sextant. There were 6 Jigglypuff playing Through the Fire and Flames.
Yes.
And when it got to the vocals, they were just vocalizing Jigglypuff.
Oh wow. I see this video. It's pretty cool, actually. It's very well animated.
Not bad animation at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking source filmmaker quality. There was definitely a good bit of time and effort put into it.
Mm-hmm. TJ, how
yeah,
did you find this video? It has 600. It has 6,000 views.
Someone posted on Reddit in the Rock Band subreddit.
I see. It's not even. This hasn't even blown up as a meme. It's not full blown meme.
So we got on the front half of it. We got this.
Yeah, well, we
started this basically.
Yeah,
like,
they can send your checks to us since we
send all your
promoted
internet
meme.
dollars.
I'll put that in here. The link to the video on the website borninthe80s.net. You can find all sorts of cool links and stuff there.
Yeah, it's gonna be bigger than that dude that was being interviewed by the BBC.
Yeah, and his babies walked in. That was actually a pretty good video. That was fun.
That was quite good.
And while you're on borninthe80s.net, you can leave a comment on any of our podcasts or any of the articles under there too.
That's right. If you want to talk,
including the fact that someone responded about the whatever that DC.
Yes.
Something related to Batman.
Correct. Somebody's still talking to Lance about an article he wrote about a Batman comic 4 years ago. But, people comment on stuff,
Yep.
So that is, so I've got create support ticket. I'm going to create a support ticket for JonTron.
You're doing this now?
No, I'm not going to do it now. I found the link.
Oh, okay.
To send that off. And I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm saying I personally think I should voice my opinion and they should know.
Yeah. I defend your freedom to that speech.
Yeah. I got Fire in the Flames stuck in my head now.
Yep.
It's the worst.
So, Matt, why did you get us into playing Heroes of the Storm?
Because I
how did you
needed
get John to play it and then get me to download it.
So John, so there was a quest where you had to play a certain amount of games with somebody on your friends list, and I don't have any other friends, so I made you guys play it, and then I convinced John to do it because he also got some WoW thing that he's never going to use, but now you're hooked, you're stuck, and you're going to keep coming back.
Yeah, I actually played a couple matches another night by myself.
I've got my hooks in you. I bought that Proby hero. He's pretty rad.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's a little StarCraft probe that runs around warping in pylons and cannons and stuff.
Yeah, well, you need more pylons. Always.
Require additional pylons.
Correct. Let's see what else is in the news.
Actually,
yep, go.
We can go to mine, but I'd rather actually. Last week you didn't talk about a movie that you watched, and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
On what?
Get Out.
Oh, Get Out.
Yeah, I don't think you talked anything about that. Although I didn't finish our podcast yet.
I did not.
I finished listening to our podcast that we did.
I did not talk about that. Get Out. Yeah, that's Jordan Peele's movie.
I would say, even though probably half our listeners who are going to see it have already seen it, I would say
it's
probably
been out
stick
a while.
without. I would say still stick without too many spoilers, just more general impressions.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil the movie.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it yet.
I got up so early today. All right.
It's one of those movies that's an experience more than anything else, but I've not seen it yet.
So this movie was $4.5 million to make, and to date has grossed $120 million, give or take a bit. So done gangbusters. It was number 1 the week it debuted, and I think last week it got bumped to number 2. It's incredible. It's the story, without like spoiling kind of the twists and turns. Obviously, there's stuff that goes on because it's not just a story about a black man and his white girlfriend taking him home to meet her upper class white family and the awkwardness of that kind of situation. And it kind of deals with that too, of like, this guy kind of coming home and dealing with people saying like, oh, she's like, oh, my dad, he loves you. He would have voted for Obama if he had a third term, if he could have a third term. And like the dad, of course, like mentions that offhanded conversation to the guy, and he just like smiles. You're like, yeah, that's, because people just, it's a thing, people that are around new people of new ethnic backgrounds that they're not used to. You really don't know what to say, without sounding like a dopey dude. That's kind of how the movie begins, and things just kind of escalate from there in a lot of ways, and it turns into I wouldn't say a horror movie as much as I would say like kind of a thriller movie,
Mm-hmm.
like I guess if you would call something like The Hills Have Eyes like a horror movie, like there's no like monsters or anything. It's just more of a like just bad things go down, and they kind of hinted it in the trailers a little bit because there's a couple black house like a maid and like a yard keeper that are acting kind of weird, and it's like, what's going on here? And then it goes up from there, and it's awesome. It's so crazy, and it just goes to like 11. It's really well directed. The main character is Daniel Kaluuya, who I hope I pronounced that correctly. He's a British actor who was in an episode of Black Mirror. He's in the credits, like the 60 million credits
guy.
episode. Yep. He's also was more recently in the movie Sicario, and he was really good in that. So I love that guy, and he's awesome. And
He was
Allison
really
Williams,
good in that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, Allison Williams is really good in this. She's from Girls and other things that she's done. She's awesome in this, actually, because she's kind of like the girlfriend, like, just who's like, I don't know. It just her energy is really good, and like the way the movie ends, she's kind of like she puts on a really awesome performance, especially in the end. So it was kind of a standout. And Bradley Whitford's really good in this. Catherine Keener is really good. It's just a great cast, and just they knocked it out of the park. It's just all around. I mean, like it had 100% of Rotten Tomatoes until, of course, somebody had to post a review where they didn't like it. I mean, I don't want to say like, oh, clickbait, because that's bullshit. I mean, if he legitimately has a reason to have gripes with the movie, feel free. You're wrong. It's great. I'll say that right now. But if you wanna, put that up there, yeah, it's your right as a reviewer to have that opinion. Did you guys see Kong Skull Island at all?
No, but I kind of want to. I heard
No, I
it's
don't
not
to the
terrible.
theaters.
Yeah, I heard it's not terrible, but I also heard people saying it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna head out to the theaters to see that one. I saw Logan in the movie theaters.
Oh yeah.
That movie is so good. It may be my favorite superhero movie. It is just TJ.
Yep.
I know you got kids. You can't take kids to this superhero film. Unless you're okay with your kids seeing people like get their faces cut up and heads
My middle daughter would
chopped
be the
off.
only. My middle daughter would be the only one who would handle it, and she would actually enjoy it too much.
I see. Maybe that's one you wait till they're a little older to watch. It's a really touching story, kind of about. I don't want to spoil that either. Matt, you saw this as well, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. The idea is kind of like it's way in the future, and I almost called him a werewolf.
Werewolf-man.
That's
So
a
basically,
real
it's a story
off-brand.
about Werewolf-man
Yeah.
taking care of his quote daughter and quote
Yeah.
father.
Yeah.
So
I actually really
and
like
everything
the movie,
that entails.
because it's a small cast of the main characters. It's basically kind of like a road movie,
Yeah.
but like more of like a Cormac McCarthy's The Road.
It's like a
movie,
Western.
Where like, yeah, exactly. It reminds me a lot of a Western, and they make a lot of allusions to that, particularly the Western Shane, which they have a couple quotes from that deals with some similar themes with dealing with small children and the act of having to murder the bad guys. Is kind of the thought of this. Is like, you never get past the killing. Is kind of the quote that he says. You can and that's kind of something that Wolverine in this, it's so good, like for a superhero movie. You can clearly tell he's dealing with all of the horrible stuff he's done, but for good, and now he's kind of at the end of his like, he's obviously degrading. They kind of show that in the trailers where he's like feeling sicker and sicker and not just the strong Wolverine he used to be, and he's kind of dealing with the end of his life is closer than the beginning, and what kind of mark is he going to leave? Like, is there something he can do? And that's kind of the idea of this, of the weird future that it's set in, where like mutants are gone basically, and he's kind of in hiding. It's just good, it's a classic. Like, it's so good, and it's so brutal. And I really liked seeing my man Eric LaSalle showing up in there. Huh? Matt, you watch any ER? Huh? ER, bro?
No. Was he the dude with the robot hand?
No. He was the Black Doctor on ER. He's the dad.
Oh,
in
okay.
the farmhouse. And I was like, man, I never see him and stuff. And he was so good in ER, and he never did movies. And I was like, man, somebody in the casting director must have been like, I loved him in ER. He was good in the movie. He was really good.
Yeah,
like,
he was really good.
Yeah, and that whole story is just, God, Matt, nothing good happens in this movie.
No.
Well, one good thing happens in the movie, basically. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like one of those classic Westerns where basically they're on a trip that's basically a suicide mission, and everything just falls apart as things go on, and it just gets worse and worse, and it's just a grind all the way to the end, and it's brutal and moving. Really, really moving. There's a couple moments in that where you're like, man, these are superheroes here, and it's real emotional. Yeah. Particularly the bedroom scene, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Not to spoil things, but there's a
bedroom scene.
There's the scene, the Patrick Stewart bedroom scene. No, there's just a particular moment where there's a really good speech, and then something happens, and the movie kind of goes from like, okay, things are crazy, to okay, it's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no going back. And it just goes crazy. I don't want to spoil it. People should see it. And if you're someone like me who really isn't way into superhero movies, it's worth seeing, because it's just so good on its own as a movie. Yep. So there's my movies that I saw. So that's another topic, man. We got enough stuff to talk about.
We got topics for days.
Topics for days. Oh man. All right, I talked a bunch. TJ, what's your game announcement?
All right. Well, before I get to that, so as you guys may or may not know, I'm quite a fan of watching speedrunners. Though I couldn't speedrun Tetris 0% if I tried.
Yeah.
That's top out in 3 seconds or less.
Oh, really?
It's not a category. It's a meme category.
It should be a category.
It's just, let's see when I could die in Tetris.
Yeah.
Someone just posted me a link to a very, very specific speedrun category in Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
All right, I will try to read this as clearly as possible, because
so this is going to get weird.
As is noticed from when I talk, I mumble a lot.
Okay.
So, here we go. So, Donkey Kong Country 1. Any percent warpless, no major glitches, 101%. It all sounds normal so far.
Yep.
Kong letters, so all the KONG letters.
Okay, yep. Collect all of them.
Except Minecart Carnage and that 1K in Millstone Mayhem, except you go back and get it later because the chat won't shut up about it. And also you have to play on a keyboard. And RTA, which is a real-time, is banned. This category is marathon only. You also have to collect all animal tokens and collect at least 600 tokens in each of the animal bonuses. In addition to all of this, all animal buddies must be collected. However, they have to be taken to the end of the level, and all relevant jump rolls must be hit before a level is completed.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, every third level must be played without using the Y button, and all heads on the world map must be Diddy. Also, don't forget to follow twitch.tv/Joe the Rapper for more memes.
That's true, though, because that's a good meme, though, because some of those speedrun categories get real specific with their rules. I really appreciate that. I would like to make up a speedrun category that I can have the world record in. You guys want to do that some night?
Yeah.
Like, let's find some old games that nobody's speedrun very much and make up a weird category of I'm going to have the fastest completion with like one hand on top of my head, the other hand on the controller, and we'll stream it and get ourselves some world records. Just dumb shit like that. Let's do it.
That's how I got that record in high school track.
Heyo. Matt, you have a record in high school track, you humble brag.
Well, I think we talked about this on the show before.
Is
we
it
made
still
up
a record?
category. No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure it's been beaten.
That's funny. I love that stuff. It was like when we went to when we used to do Odyssey of the Mind in high school, and our team won state, right? And there were 0 other teams competing with us. But we actually went to Worlds and we did really good there, so it was kind of like real fun. We got to go to Colorado. The school paid for it too. It was awesome. But yeah, that was just funny because I was like, well. And then the other year, I think we got second place out of 2 that we didn't go, but I think we got ripped off. But it was okay because I think Worlds that year was in like fucking Iowa, so it was like, oh, woo, missed out on that one. Like you didn't get to go anywhere fun.
Sweet, sweet corn.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here.
I've eaten 6 cookies so far.
Well, I thought you were going to be done, but I guess you got to power through. You paid for
They're
them.
kind of gross, and they make my teeth hurt. So that's slowing me down.
That's always good. This doesn't really play on a podcast, but have you seen some of the Mass Effect Andromeda stuff coming out?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
The pre-release buzz is not good right now because basically all I see are the ridiculously horrible facial animations that are happening in that
Bad facial
demo.
animations, bad walking animations. Where
Yeah,
you're,
there's like
walking
walking
with
animations. Yeah,
a
so
back
go.
slump.
Yeah, well, there's
there-
one where like someone looks like they're gonna take a poop because they're like shuffling along on their knees. Like,
Yep.
what? How is this a 2017 game?
There's another one where someone walks behind someone and then their sprite just completely disappears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my favorite because it's like literally a scene where this guy is talking to this like Krogan, and this other guy in the background walks behind the Krogan, and then he just disappears, and you can see like between the guy's legs, like the leg of the guy behind him just pops out of existence. And you're like, whoa, he just warped. Yeah, this is a game. This is a like flagship game. Like
That they've been making for 6 years.
yeah, this is bad, and it is just the facial animation is bad. And I think this is probably being blown out of proportion just a little bit because it's a meme, you know.
Yeah.
And Bethesda's facial animations have, or not Bethesda, BioWare's facial animations in the past haven't been like industry leading, but like some of this is like it's 10 years later and you still haven't gotten better at this. Like in some cases it kind of looks worse. Yeah. There's just some real funny shit though, because you see some of these. There's a Neograph that's just full of GIFs, and like there's just like ones where like they're like having a conversation, and like you see something weird going on in the background, and then the video zooms in, and there's just like a guy in the background who is like zipping along at like 100 miles an hour, like in the background. And you're like, what is happening with this game? It's coming out like on the 21st, and there's like weird zany NPC like emotions. Someone captured a T-pose during the multiplayer, so some guy running around in a T-pose, and it's like, man, there's some bugs in this game still. We'll see. It isn't out yet, so maybe there's a day one patch that'll fix some of the weird bugs. Shit, man.
So speaking of new games,
yes.
so I didn't even let John nor Matt know about this.
I know
they might
nothing.
have seen it. They might have seen the buzz. That's fine.
Yep.
Neither do I.
Yep.
So there's a new game coming out that's really actually just some old games.
Oh,
so,
I saw this. Yep.
Okay, so you already know about this.
It's the afternoon.
Yes, I'm super excited for this.
I love the art on that.
Yeah. So there's the collection of 6 games from old Disney afternoon cartoons that are coming out for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Now, they're not doing the DuckTales remastered treatment of these games.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the Mega Man or the Mega Man collection version of these things, where they're just here's as they were.
Mm-hmm.
And let's add some cool stuff to it, like rewind, because you won't be able to beat these games. So we added the rewind from Rare Replay, time attack mode, boss rush, all this other stuff. John, do you know what games are in the collection?
Yeah, so it is the DuckTales game. It is a let me look it up. It's a DuckTales game. It's the Tailspin game. It's a Darkwing Duck game. These are all Capcom games, correct?
Yes.
The Tailspin game. Oh, I fucking love Tailspin.
Oh, I played that Chippendale game.
Yeah.
This is back when they were good. When
yes.
Franchise games were really, really good.
Yeah, Capcom was making some really good games. And what are the other games?
So it's
Chippendale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, they look great. Like
and DuckTales 1 and 2.
Full 1080. $20 seems a bit steep, but whatever.
Wait, it's $20?
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that steep, especially because Chippendale's a solid game, Tailspin's a solid game. DuckTales 2 is impossible to find.
Yeah,
and impossible to buy legally. So
yeah, it's just it always bothers me when games are like that, though, because it's like, all right, these are NES games. They're super old, and I mean, you can get these on an emulator, and they really got to add value, I think, for people. I guess $20 isn't that much. I mean, it is 6 games. It isn't. I don't know. 15, man, 15.
Because wasn't the Mega Man collection with the 6 games, wasn't that a $30 game?
It could have been. I didn't buy that. I bought those on various virtual consoles already enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? That just looks cool. Those are some cool games. So, and that's not coming out on the Switch, though. Supposedly,
it's not coming out on the Switch. I mean, that could always change later. What did I hear was, apparently it was speculated that South Park: The Fractured But Whole, which is coming out for PC, Xbox One, PS4.
Yep.
Who knows when at this point?
Yeah.
But it was speculated that might also eventually come out on the Switch, but they've just come out directly and said no, it's not coming to the Switch.
Okay.
Which I'm here or there with it. I don't care. I'm just nervous about it now. That got pushed back like indefinitely.
Yeah, I was supposed to be out originally last summer, and now it got pushed to the fall, and then this they pushed it now out to maybe this holiday or maybe next year.
It was last September and then to March.
Yeah,
and now indefinite. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see, huh? Maybe.
Man, I'm gonna.
I mean, the first one got pushed back
Steam.
So many times, but it ended up solid. But who knows?
I'm definitely gonna buy this and do a Disney afternoon collection drinking game stream or something stupid like that.
It makes me just want to watch old episodes of I was way into Rescue Rangers.
So was I.
Yeah.
That was my jam.
I had a
Chippendale
crush on
Rescue.
Gadget.
Gadget was my gal. Yeah.
You didn't Gadget. I mean, and Tailspin. God, that was an awesome show. Who would have thought a show about people flying planes and sky pirates being
well, they were a courier company. It's a show about delivery men, but
hire for hire.
Badass.
Hire for hire. I love that though. And you had the Shere Khan businessman guy.
Yeah, I was always confused about how
bar.
that fit into the Jungle Book universe.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Tailspin is somebody's Jungle Book fan fiction. But it was made into a TV show. Speaking of Tailspin fan fiction, there's some nice Tailspin deviant art that I'm going into right now. So, somebody made their own Tailspin comic. Oh, it's not sexy. What is it? Rule 34?
Rule 34.
Yeah.
Rule 34.heel.net.
Rule 34 Tailspin.
Oh boy. I can't show this on the stream. Well, if you want to
for
see
Twitch Volume 2.
Well, I looked up Tailspin Rule 34, and the first thing I get is just full frontal gadget porn from Rescue Rangers. Then I'm like, that's not even related.
Close enough.
Close enough, huh? I actually really like, now that I've done this Rule 34, not that it's like great, but
I actually
it's,
really like this.
no. But it actually has brought up a Russian Disney wiki page that actually has original animation notes and art here from the animators of like the different like facial expressions and how he's pronouncing words and stuff. It's like actual like marked up from Disney. That's actually pretty cool. Like there's some real like original drawings in here, which is neat. But I'm surprised at the lack of porn here. There's just one Rebecca Cunningham. That was the name of the lady bear. And
What was her kid's name?
She's not even naked. She's just, wearing a skimpy top. Okay, here it is. Now I've gotten to it. Some tasteful butt shot. A very sexy.
Please don't get my channel banned.
A very sexy muscled Baloo here, which is really disturbing actually to look at. Especially with him hanging out with that boy all the time. Anyway, there's always something for Rule 34 though. You can't get rid of that. I love Tailspin though. Do you guys watch all those? Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales. I watch all those. I actually own DuckTales on DVD, a bunch of them, because I think they were like $10 on Amazon.
I didn't know those ever came out on DVD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched this
Amazon,
all the time, though.
Amazon Expedition, DuckTales. Get the Blu-ray though now. You gotta get that high. Yeah.
So here's a new idea I have for a podcast. It's called the
it's
DuckTales
16.
Tales.
Okay.
DuckTales
And
Tales.
we watch DuckTales.
Yeah, the first season of DuckTales DVD, $10 on Amazon, brand new. So. Chippendale Rescue Rangers Volume 1, $10. Oh boy. I don't want to do this. Guys, rescue me here. I'm going to buy like 20 old Disney show.
Buy it all.
Darkwing Duck Volume 1. They're only $10.
Don't do it.
Tailspin.
Don't do it.
Ah! Everything's $10.
Hey, Matt, question for you.
Yeah,
You see the thing in the chat. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I got it. I had to learn how the tools worked. I didn't know how they worked.
I also didn't realize that if you click their name, there's a lot more tools, too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, are you talking about somebody spamming us in chat with dicks?
No, just an
ASCII middle finger.
art. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good job. You're a real artist.
Hey, man, however you feel like you gotta express yourself, go for it.
Yeah, just express yourself, bro. Do you guys want to talk
with your 1 follower and 10 views?
Do you guys want to talk about anything else before we end? Because
I don't know. We got heavy today.
We got to make these short because
you got any cruise crowns?
There are 2 episodes left that slated to come out in March, and I'm bumping up against the cap because March is
running into data cap.
Well, March is for Libsyn. March is a tough
5
month
weeks
because it's a 5-weeker because Wednesdays was the first. So, and that's when the podcasts have been coming out Wednesday nights. So 1, 8, 15, 22, 29. I have 120 megabytes left.
Yep. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
These are about 60 apiece, so I got to keep them tight. Let's do Coos Chronicles, though. We could do that. Do I have a quick one?
Oh, you tripped me out.
No, it's okay.
Give me a fake out.
Let me just make sure this is a quick one. Perfect. All right, this is just a 2-pager. It's easy. Ready? Hey, Kazuzi J, what do you say? That's literally how I wrote that in 5/26/2004. ... Nothing, because you're a book. Duh. I'm writing these jokes for myself. Woke up at 10:40. Great. and went online to order my computer. My Dell XPS laptop will be here next week. Dude, I got it though. I cannot wait. I'm going to buy Call of Duty, the first Call of Duty, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I have both of those right here in this CD case. Still have them with the CD keys. I still have all those discs. After that, I had a homemade toasted sub. It was good. Then I cleaned a bit until I had to go to band practice. At band practice, I got to see my crush herself. We talked again and had a laugh. Then we marched. The Memorial Day parade won't be so bad. I'll be trumpeting like a fool. Talking to her has made me feel a little better about my ask-out chances. I will leave the meter as it is. See above. 80% yay, 20% nay. Boy, I was really optimistic there. My computer's actually coming! Exclamation point. Yes, you will ask her out. I'm like trying to psych myself up here. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But it will happen. Wow, my room is clean. My room is clean. No, fuck no. This is how the story ends. There's a time jump coming up here of let's see here. Oh boy, I still got quite a bit in 2004 actually. Wow. Okay, and then Edgewood stuff. I talk about girls there too, so this is fucking great. Great. That's all I'm like a fucking schoolgirl. All I talk about is boys, except for my particular sexual situation. It was all the ladies that I was into. All right, here we go. Adam is coming home from Illinois tomorrow. That's Adam Ham. I will give him my Charlton schedule, so we can make sure we have the same hours. Let's see here. Lists. I made a couple lists here on the bottom. Time spent. Vice City playing. I was playing Vice City at the time. Computer status. Not here. Time writing today. 11:30 a.m. Wow. I was up late. Yesterday, 12:30. Projected tomorrow, 1 a.m. I just split the difference there. I knew that was what I was going to do. And I have my 3 crushes that I'm not going to name to protect the innocents. And then in the next issue of the Kazizzle, I talk about a rap album that I'm way into in 2004. So save that for the next time, folks. 13 years ago, that's what John was up to. Alright, put the other music on, because we're going to end this. Let's take her home. Oh, fuck yeah. I appreciate a good DJ switch like that. Just a slow,
beautiful fade out.
Slow fade out, fade in at the same time. Oh, it's good stuff. Where can we find everybody? Matt, where can people find you?
Hey, you can find me at matthagmusic.com. MATTHAAG music.com.
Nice. TJ?
Mostly find me on my Twitter over at May of May 84, or just search for May of May. I'd like to get back into the streaming thing, but I got crazy busyness. Or if you happen to want to catch me in Mississippi, I'll be there in about, well, after this actually posts, in about a week. So
nice. I am John. Just John, no last name.
Underscore.
John _danger at twitter.com. Or you can go to bornintheeighties.net. Or the Facebook page is all good too. Just search Born in the 80s podcast. I should actually do Facebook
one of these times.
Yeah, Born in the 80s on Facebook.
There's nothing there. Facebook. Who needs it?
Now, I don't want to say that this is something that's legal to do with Netflix, but what I was thinking about was that I should upgrade my Netflix to add a DVD plan. Right?
Okay. Oh, I see where you're going with it.
And then I have been ripping a lot of my DVDs. I might just have to do that.
I know it's a little more of a pain with later copyright protection on some of the later discs that
Well,
I did not like. I
okay.
did not have issues with the Legend of Korra things.
Yeah.
But just saying, if it was a thing,
It's not too bad. It's $8 a month for the single disc at a time. Wow, they actually have a starter one that's $5 a month. One disc at a time, 2 discs per month. Which seems a bit low. So, one disc at a time, $8. Is that enough though?
I'm gonna kill the broadcast.
Is that enough, guys? Is that enough for me? Help me make my decision. Right, thanks for listening.
Bye.
bye everyone.
It is. Oh, lo.
Did I do this week? I guess I got the new Danganronpa, but I'm not very far in it. It's not even the new Danganronpa, it's the old ones.
Trying to find more stuff to talk about, guys. I don't have anything to talk about. Had a busy week. I was sick a little bit, so.
Yeah, my wife's had a fever of 103 for the past couple days.
Yeah, I think there's like an illness going around because I had like really like weird.
Is she hot-blooded?
I had really weird breathing
I got a
issues.
fever of 103.
And I started coughing a bunch, so I think I had some sort of infection.
Coffee.
I had a weird coughing attack the other day. I'm thinking if it happens again, I'll have to go get see if I need an inhaler or something. But I was carrying a futon. Like for me too. I was carrying a futon up to my apartment, and then I just started coughing, and it didn't stop for like 3 hours.
There's a new Marvel Netflix show.
Yep.
There's an advertisement for Iron Fist.
Supposedly it sucks.
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
Probably.
I don't know what to talk about, guys.
We could talk about the fast food news.
What fast food news?
What's in fast food news?
McDonald's has one of those ordering apps now.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about McDonald's getting #woked.
That was funny. I especially like the people that didn't immediately realize that they had been hacked. Like, boycott McDonald's now.
Obviously, they were hacked,
like that. That's how a corporate account would.
Why would a corporate account ever say anything against anything? They're always just super inclusive. Oh, Dave Chappelle's got a comedy special coming to Netflix. It's exciting.
David Chappelle.
Sonic 2017 is now Sonic Forces, and then Sonic Mania got delayed.
I'm gonna do my best to eat this whole pack of cookies.
New game announced for April that I'm kind of excited for.
Okay. More like Gapril.
Yeah, basically.
Can you guys stop talking about gapers just for like 5 minutes?
I can talk about capers.
I like capers.
I don't even know what they are, except for being a food.
They're delicious.
I think they're food. Yeah.
They're also like a heist. Like
a heist?
Do it. A caper.
Iced. Like on ice.
Oh no. Capers are cool because they're like they're like pickled. I forget what they are. Pickled something. Like buds of flower.
Yeah. I always thought they were like some kind of pickled sea life.
No,
like
capers
related to anchovies. But they are not.
Oh, okay. Capers are just a flower bud from the caper bush. And they trim the bud off and then pickle it. And then it's like they're good though. On in a salad and whatnot.
Do you want me to keep the game the game announcement news as a surprise, or do you want to be prepped on it?
Keep it a surprise.
Surprise me. Do either of you have PlayStations?
Yeah. Which kind?
The
Fours
one
and
that
threes and twos
plays
and ones.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I
I need to
have
live
the 4.
vicariously through you.
I do not have that game yet.
I have it digital, which I have not downloaded yet because I didn't have room until
You
yesterday.
need to play it and then describe it to me in such great detail that it feels like.
Do you have
I'm
a PlayStation
playing it.
4? Wait,
No,
you
I
don't have a
don't have
PlayStation,
any.
do you?
I don't have any
Okay.
consoles.
Get yourself a PS4. Boop.
I mean, if I deactivated my
Holy shit! I'm buying this house.
if I
Sorry.
deactivated my nephew's account, or my nephew's system as my primary system, and let John have his system as my primary, you can play all my digital games I have, including
Is Wisconsin
Horizon Zero
Rapids
Dawn.
far away.
Stop
don't
house
know.
shopping.
Sorry, somebody just posted a house in Wisconsin Rapids that is a one-of-a-kind horse farm with nearly 20 acres. Paste and search. How far away is that from where we live right now? Would it be impossible for me to commute from? The thing is, I don't know where any other cities are in like near Matt. Oh, that is a bit far, I think.
Yeah.
Would it be a bit?
I was
would it be a
thinking
bit?
about maybe later, like saving up all of my money for a while and taking out a bank loan and then buying groceries with it. So I'm kind of like on the same page as you.
All right, guys. Do you think I could deal with a 2-hour daily commute?
No. Wait, 2
No.
hours one way?
Yeah.
That's 4
No.
hours in the car every day.
It's Wisconsin Rapids is where the house is. Oh, it's so
Yeah,
nice though.
don't-
It's like a cabin,
You could quit your job though.
and it's got a horse barn. It's only $289. I'll probably have to wait though to buy like houses because I don't know if TJ has been looking into it, but fuck,
They suck.
housing
Oh
market.
yeah, I heard the housing
is-
market's crashing.
It's not. It's the opposite. It's
see,
it's at the very top now.
It's both crashing, but still not affordable.
It's at the
Makes
it's
no
at
sense.
it's the housing value is up above where it was when the crash happened.
Yeah.
So everything's really expensive, and so it's probably going to crash soon because nobody's going to be able to afford to buy houses. So I just need a house, in the future.
I would love a house, ever.
So
And the only way I'm
I
going to
want
get
to
a house
live in a
is
van.
if someone dies and I get a significant inheritance. The house and then inheritance. But that won't happen.
Unless if we make it happen.
No, I'd rather not.
All right.
It's my grandpa. He's cool.
Oh
He just
yeah.
can't do anything anymore.
Let's not murder your grandpa.
No.
I can't think of anything to put in the show notes.
oh shit! Look at this. I'm seeing a Facebook ad for watch how I flip 50 plus real estate deals every 30 days. This is the crash is coming. Got people flipping houses now, so it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
there was a Wall Street Journal podcast that I didn't listen to because it sounded boring. That said something about the housing market. So I think that means it's bad.
So, John, what games do you have for PS4 that are multiplayer
a
that
lot.
I could play with you?
Very, very many.
Not that I've hooked it back up and can do things again.
Just that, like,
Well, that reminds me. I've got Telltale Games Batman. I haven't played it yet.
Madison's just insane in terms of like housing market right now.
Oh, I wish I could live there.
I'm so
Everything's
bored
not. I
with
guess
this
not.
house talk.
If you look at the, I guess there was a little bit of a crash, but it's a backup. February was a low point.
I mean, if you could find a job like where I'm originally from, I think housing up there, like you can get decent housing for
Oh yeah,
20
I
to
was
40,000.
Just looking at Wisconsin Rapids again, like that was nice.
Yeah, go up to Crivets.
I'm not gonna live
Very
there.
nice. Yeah, there's nothing there.
What if I were to get a job in like a big city? What if I were to get a job in New York? Could I get a house far away? I would have to live in like really far away to be able to get a house for a decent price. Oh, you make more money, of course. Oh, what's this place? All these fucking places. Could live in New Jersey. Lots of crime in that area, though.
Take it. It's cheap.
No. I don't really have anything to talk about this week, Matt.
None of us do. But I'd still rather talk. It's how we roll.
Yes.
We'll deep dive into things that aren't gaming or fun, interesting web things.
All right, no.
I don't mind.
This is dumb. All right, I'm gonna go to the medium.com article. All right. Here we go. I've got a fun article. Jesus, why is it everything already strike-through'd? Are you guys ready to start?
I'm reading about this John Tron
Might as
thing
well.
so I can be informed.
Oh my god, dude. Some of the stuff he said.
It's so weird when people like
We can talk
don't
about it.
realize that they can't go off on a rant without affecting their brand. Like, this is not good business. Your
Doesn't really
personal
affect his
Twitter account. Well, he's losing
brand, though.
subscribers and stuff.
Well, is he though? Let's look at Social Blade. John Tron. See what his subscribers are. He has lost in the last 30 days. He has lost negative 30,000 subscribers.
He's gained 30,000 subscribers?
He's gained 40,000 subscribers
Really?
in the last 30 days.
Am I subscribed to him? No,
he,
more.
He gained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday he lost about 10,000.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
what I
make
was
it-
reading.
It does not make up for the daily gains of around 1,000 for the entire week before that.
I could probably read my entire YouTube subscribe list in 2 deep breaths. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe 3. But still.
But I guess his subscriber count for the last 30 days is down 16%. Wait, he's a maker. He's one of the Maker Studios people?
Yeah, he is.
Not anymore. I mean, Disney's gonna fucking cut bait with fucking PewDiePie. Although JonTron shit wasn't in his videos, though, you know?
I don't
like
think
his-
it matters.
Well, we'll see.
Depends how much exposure.
Yeah, I don't think... If it doesn't blow up any more than it has, then he'll probably be fine. But I doubt he'll be able
come
to
on.
shut up.
In one of my Discord groups, someone's got a picture of
A penis?
no, it's a fan art picture of Geralt with his 2 swords, but he's in a
Uh-huh.
tracksuit.
Oh, so like
He's in
Kill Bill?
no, he's in a Nike blue tracksuit with like socks and sandals, like the rubber like Nike sandals, not like
See.
Crocs, but close. Yeah,
Ba-da-ba-doo. Hey, ba-da-ba-doo. All right,
I mean,
I'm ready
I'm not
to
even
go.
on top. I'm not even on top of like, memeing news right now.
Yeah, I need to...
Go
Let
ahead.
me listen in live and let's get levels and let's get started.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
All right, I'm talking and TJ, go.
I'm talking and speaking with my words.
Matt.
I'm talking, and JonTron is super racist.
Okay, it sounds good. All right, ready. I'm ready to start.
All right, I'm gonna go live to Twitch.
Welcome to.
We should be live as soon as the delay catches up. Catch up, delay, catch up, delay, catch up, delay. Catch up,
I
delay.
love my ketchup on my delay.
Delayed ketchup.
Ketchup delay, ketchup delay.
Come on, refresh.
We got
Okay, I think we're live on Twitch now. We're live on the Twitch, and our faces are on screen now. Hey.
Oh, my fake face.
Oh yeah.
We're live on Twitch.
Your other picture disappeared.
I changed it back.
Fake Ace. Welcome to Born in the East. No.